Okay, welcome back my Quackshonauts. We're back with some more Genshin Impact. Today we have another account review. We're gonna be looking at Ellie's account today. We're gonna be looking at all their characters and all their artifacts and what they should prioritize in building next to help them do the best and so forth. I do these account reviews as soon as we do have participants in the Discord, so if you do want an account review, definitely join the Discord. The description is down below and that will give you information on how to have your account reviewed. I do stream here on the YouTube channel. The start times are between 4 and 5 p.m. EST. I usually, I want to say, stream around 4:50 and 4:20ish, so definitely come check them out. They're a lot of fun, and it's a nice place to hang out. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump into this account review. Okay, so if you take a look at all of your characters here, okay, Bennett, Raiden, Kaz, okay, you have a good amount of characters. Ganyu, Eula, Mona, Sara, you have Xingshu. Okay, you didn't have the Yelan. Keqing, Shangling. Okay, so it seems like you have a decent roster. I can see you have Raiden, you can run Raiden Hypercarry comp with Kazuha, Sara, and Bennett. You also have Eula comp that you can run. You can run like Eula and let's see. I mean, you have Eula Raiden, which is very, very good if you don't run Raiden Hypercarry. So Eula Raiden comp is very, very strong as well. And you do have access to Child Vame comp if you do plan on running your Shangling. I don't know if she has artifacts on, which we'll get into shortly. But yeah, let's look more into the artifacts, talents, and let's see what you can improve upon. So let's take a look at your Bennett, level 90, 20k HP, LED flash, okay, that's fine. High base attack for Bennett, 4-piece, oh wait, no. You're running 2-piece blast. Okay, maybe you're working on the 4-piece blast. C3 Bennett and 9, 12. Okay, is this DPS Bennett? Wait, what is happening here? Okay, maybe you just rolled higher crit stats on your pieces here. I know you have 2-piece Gland, but let's take a look at the stats. Okay, so you're running Pyro and crit damage. So you have more DPS stats. I'm assuming you are running DPS Bennett because you're running 2-piece and 2-piece. So the Blast and Glad. In terms of, maybe this is your best weapon. Do you have any other swords? Honestly, if you're running DPS Bennett, I would probably just give him like Lion's Roar or something, to be honest. Like, I'm not really sure what you're trying to accomplish. Maybe this is the only artifacts you have, but I would commit to one or the other. It just seems like a very, very weird build to me. If you're planning to run DPS Bennett, you'd much rather prefer to run the attack percentage and ER, but you have these two like main DPS artifacts on, right? The Pyro Goblet and the crit damage circlet. So I would just either commit, but I would commit to the 4-piece Blast or try to commit to the 2-piece Crimson Glad or 4-piece Crimson usually for DPS Bennett, right? So do keep that in mind. I think overall it's probably not that bad as Bennett's pretty broken. So let's move on to your Raiden. Level 90, 1.7k attack, arm for the catch, 4-piece emblem, C0, okay, double crowned, or actually no, that's 1 crown. Oh, you have child in the comp, that's right. Okay, so I guess 1 crown, double 9, and the stats, 55, 108. Okay, so stats need some improvement. Definitely a lot lower on the crit damage side, and trust me, like, I know you did tell me that artifacts are a pain to farm for you. I mean, it's pain for everybody to farm, but yeah, definitely need some improvement on your Raiden. In terms of main stats, as I can see here, the main stats are fine. It's actually a decent circlet, actually. Goblet is not the best either, but overall, not the best stats. So you're gonna have to keep farming for her, and eventually you get a better build, right? That's really all it comes down to, is that, yes, artifacts are a pain to farm, but if you don't farm artifacts, then you won't get better pieces. So, like, you have to farm, right? But overall, I guess it's not too bad. This is, like, way too much ER, I feel like, but that's just what you rolled on your pieces. But overall, not too bad on the Raiden. Let's move on to your Kazuha, level 90, 1.2k attack, 840 EM. Okay, looking good, EM build. Iron Sting, 4-piece VV, C0, and double crown. Okay, nice. Okay, 165. Okay, that's actually really good. So 840 ER, and you have 165 energy recharge. Okay, nice. Okay, so let's look at your artifacts here on Kazuha. So double crit. Okay, so no EM there, unfortunately. So the flower can use some improvement. I mean, you got some energy recharge there, which was fine. Okay, no EM piece on this either. So flower and plum can use some improvement, at least for more EM for your EM Kazuha build. So I'm assuming this is triple EM. Okay, so that's pretty good. Pretty good overall. And you got a lot of energy recharge here too. So this is actually a really good stance, to be honest. The crit stats don't really matter that much as triple EM build for VV Kazuha, so it doesn't really matter. But overall, pretty good Kazuha build. Let's move on to your child. Level 90, 2.4k attack about, Thundering Pulse, the Blessed Glad, okay, it's C0, and 899, 4232. I mean, technically it's 999. I like never really like count this blue, like obviously it counts, but like, yeah. But let's look at the artifact stats here. Okay, so that's like, what, 38 CV? That's a pretty good flower. Let's look at 34, 33. Okay, the sands is not the best. I'm assuming you're just forcing this for the 2-piece. So not the best stands in terms of substats. Same thing with the goblet there, and same thing with the circlet. So not the best stats, but I'm assuming this is probably all you have. Eventually, you do want 4-piece Heart of Depth for your child usually. So I'm assuming, I don't know how much you use your child or not, but I guess for what it is, it's not horrendous. I mean, the crit rate's actually, no, I should take that back. The crit rate is not good. This is way too low in terms of crit rate on child, especially when child is very, very heavily reliant on critting, right? Especially with Riptines. So this crit rate is not good. What I would do is probably just swap with the Circlet. I don't know if you have a crit rate Circlet or not. Probably not, but you do have one right here. It's on your Yanfei. Honestly, I would probably just swap out the Circlet, to be honest, for a crit rate Circlet, because 40 crit rate on child is not usable. Next curator, Zhongli level 90, 37k HP, 1.2k attack, Black Tassel R5, okay, nice level 90, Emblem, not really sure what's going on with the build here. Zhongli C0 and 487, 135 energy recharge. Okay, so I'm assuming you are using him as a shield bot. I would give him 4-piece tenacity. So I can definitely see here artifacts is like a problem, because like looking at your artifacts so far, they're not the best. I know you did mention this to me as well, but from what I can see right now is that you need to farm more artifacts 100%. I can definitely see you have an artifact issue here 100%. Okay, it seems like, okay, you have Black Tassel on him, but you're running a Geo Glob and Crit Circlet, right? You're running like more of, I want to say a burst support Zhongli. I mean, you do have 2-piece Emblem on, but, or maybe that's what you're opting for, but you're already running Black Tassel. If you're gonna run a burst support Zhongli, I would just commit to like more of like a DPS swap, like a deathmatch or something. I don't know if you buy the battle pass or not. Overall, I mean, Zhongli is broken. You just pop the shield. He has a decent amount of HP, which will tank most of the stuff in the game regardless. I'm just really confused what you're trying to do with this build. But either or, I would just commit to one or the other. I know hybrid builds do exist, but by the end of the day, that is up to you. In terms of artifacts, Shieldbot build, 4-piece tenacity, and more of a burst support build on Zhongli. You're gonna be running Petra and Noblesse usually, right? So let's move on to your Traveler. I think you said they don't have the best artifacts on. Okay, yeah, your artifacts are not leveled up. So we'll skip your Traveler. Let's look at your Jean, level 90, 1.8k attack. Takeuchi, okay, nice. BV, okay, the artifacts are not leveled up. Your Sands is not leveled, so you won't be too harsh on the stats. C1, and okay, you're not, okay, your Jean is not leveled up. So I won't really worry too much about her. I'll just give you a general build that you're gonna run on your Jean. I won't look at her artifact stats. In terms of Jean, there are various builds you can run on her. VV Glad, VV Noblesse. You can even run 4-piece VV as a full-on like support build for Jean, as animal characters are completely broken in 4-piece VV. So those are a few sets you can keep in mind. You could even run Fish Gene. I would honestly not really recommend Fish Gene. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's up to you. But I would probably just run like a BV Glad, more of a standard build on her. So it's kind of like a mixture of like a DPS build, which still overall benefits her healing too and her damage. So there's some things to keep in mind with your Gene. Let's move on to your Eula. Level 90, 2.1k attack. Okay, you have the Fish. Pale Flame Glad, okay, nice. C0 and Triple Crown. Okay, let's look at the stats. 57, 152. Okay, so not horrendous, not the best. Let's look at the artifacts. Okay, so that flower definitely needs some improvement. Okay, that's about what, 32? Okay, not too bad. This one could use some improvement as well. Same thing with the goblet. And same thing with the, okay, that's kind of unlucky with the flat defense rolls. So not the best build. I mean, Pale Flame Glad is fine. 2-piece is fine. So the artifact 2-piece variant build is fine. Just the substats aren't the best, but it's not horrendous. I think it's okay-ish. So not a bad Eula build. Okay, Ganyu, you said you didn't want me to look at. Okay, I was kind of tempted to take a peek at your stats, but we'll respect your wishes. I think you didn't want me to like give you suggestions for artifacts for Ganyu. Okay, so number one, if you're playing Melt Ganyu, just run 4-piece Remnant. If you're playing Freeze Ganyu, just run Blizzard Spirit. In terms of Wanderer's Troop on Ganyu, Wanderers is more of like a universal build that can technically be used in both Melt and Freeze. But ideally, Blizz is better for Freeze and Wanderers, and Remy is better in Melt than Wanderers. So you have those two different sets that specialize in Freeze and Melt, and then you have Wanderers that's more universal. So what are those three sets? I don't know whether you run Freeze Ganyu or whether you run Melt Ganyu, that's up to you, right? So those are just some set recommendations. Let's move on to your Mona. So Mona level 90, 1k attack. What's okay, that's nice. It's not fully leveled, so I would level this up eventually. Noblesse Wanderers, no Heart of Depth. Okay, not really sure what's going on here. C2, and okay, it's just not level. Okay, what is happening here? Okay, so not the best crit. ER is okay-ish. When we look at the stats here. Okay, so not the best stats. Main stats are fine, the ER, Hydro, and Crit. I mean, you can run attack as well, but she would suffer way too much from like your stats, and you don't have her on Emblem too, right? But anyways, stat-wise, like main stat-wise is not too bad. It's just the sub-stats aren't the best here. So honestly, I would get her on 4-piece Emblem and then go from there. But overall, I mean, it's not horrendous. Like you have the right like weapon on her, the right stats. Like looking at your like main stats here on the Goblet, Circlet, and Sands, it's fine. I would just try to get the appropriate set and I would run Emblem on her. Anyways, let's move on to your Diluc. Level 90, 2.8. Okay, wait, is this Diluc fully built? Well, Gravestone, 4-piece glass. Okay, I'm not really sure what's happening here. C1, 976. What are the stats? Okay, so the stats are fine. I would get him on 4-piece Crimson, which will do a lot more than 4-piece Glad for Diluc, but this is probably all you have, right? And Crimson isn't the best to farm, as Lava Walker exists. Okay, so substats aren't that bad. I mean, this Blitz Plum is really good, but overall, I guess it's not bad. You are using a Gravestone, so this is a non-crit weapon, right? Which is very, very good on Diluc, by the way. So not bad stat-wise. I would just ideally try to get 4-piece Crimson for your Diluc. Let's move on to your Kaya. Level 90, 1.1k attack. Lion's Roar, level 90, okay, nice. 4-piece, okay, wait, why do you have Emblem on Kaya? Okay, what is happening here? C0. Okay, talents aren't fully leveled up. Wait, is he being abused? Okay, they aren't leveled. Okay, for some reason, I thought they were leveled. What swords do you have again? Let me take a look. Oh, you also did want me to mention what sword users you can use Summon Shaper on. Oh, you have it on your Kaching? I mean, it's really up to you. Like, Summon Shaper's not the best weapon. I say this like multiple times on stream and stuff, but this is not the best weapon. To make the most of it, you do want to use a shield. Fortunately for you, you do have Zhongli, so you can use Zhongli with the character that's using Summon Shaper to get the most out of the stacks, as you can see here. So running a shield is basically ideal when you're running this weapon. If you want to keep it in Kaching, it's up to you. It's okay-ish on Kaching. It's obviously not your best in slot, as Mistputter and like Jade Cutter exists, but it definitely is an option, and it's probably the best sword you have right now, unfortunately. So using your Summon Shaper on your Kaching is fine. I don't know why I'm talking so much about your Kaching and I'm on Kaya. Poor Kaya. But yeah, back to your Kaya. In terms of artifacts, if you're gonna run like a DPS Kaya, I know there's like Fizz Kaya builds like Bloodstain, Pale Flame, for example, and there's like a DPS like more cryo-orientated builds with like Blizz Glad or something. It just depends on how you want to run it. For now, I guess don't worry too much about your Kaya. I mean, you have him level 90, his talents aren't leveled, so I'm assuming you don't really use him that much. So I'm not really sure why you took him to 90. But anyways, let's move on to your Sara. Level 90, 1.8k attack, fading 12, okay, that's fine. Emblem, C2. Okay, I can see here as well, you're not leveling up your talents. That is another issue, and not the best stats on your Sara. Let's look at the substance. Okay, so not, okay, why do you have an HP? Oh, it's not leveled, okay. I thought it was leveled for a reason, for some reason. Okay, you do have attack and crit on her at least. Eventually, you're gonna use Electro Goblet on her. I'm assuming this is a filler to force the 4-piece, as you are using a filler circlet. So I'm assuming that's why the Goblet is there. Eventually, swap that out. I would probably hit up the Emblem Domain. And as you can see here, you have like no artifacts either too, right? I feel like you're leveling up too many characters to 90, and then it's like their talents are like not really leveled. Like this is 3, this is 3. If you go back to your Kaya, your Kaya is 90. The talents are not fully leveled. You have your Mona talents are like 2, 2, and 3, level 90. So I can see that happening a lot. Me personally, when I leveled up characters, I would just focus on one character, get them to 90, get their talents up. But at the end of the day, like you need to level up your talents, otherwise they're not going to do as much damage as they should be doing. So do keep that in mind. So I can definitely see that that's an issue as well. So yeah, like right here again, level 90 and your talents are basically level 1. Like this is constellations, but like basically they're all 1. So anyways, let's look at your stats. 49, 116. Okay, so not the best stats. Sag Sword's really good on Xingshu, so that's fine. Wanderer's Glad. Okay, not the best, but I'm sure you're making it work. C5, and oh yeah, the talent's level 1. Okay, so let's look at the artifact stats. Okay, so this flower is not bad. Not the best plum. I guess I can understand why you're running EM Sands, but at the same time, if you're running Xingshu, he's the one that's applying Hydro, and the character that you're running is vaping off of Xingshu. You usually do not want Xingshu to vape, unless you're running DPS Xingshu for whatever reason, and even then, he's gonna be applying Hydro most likely way too quickly, so this is kind of like useless on him, to be honest. Hydro Goblet is fine, not the best substance, and the crit circlet is fine as well. So this, I would swap to either Attack Sands or ER Sands. I mean, you have Sack Sword, so you don't need ER Sands, that's way too much ER for you, as you will have to Sack Sword or reset from the passive. It's only R1, but I mean, what is your energy recharge? Let me double check. 183? I mean, that's not bad. It's not bad. I would say probably more so depends on rotations with Xingshu. If you get unlucky with the reset, since it's R1, and you only have a 40% chance to get the reset, you might get cunked. But I want to say overall, it might be fine depending on rotation. But overall, I would change to attack percentage or ER if you need more energy recharge for your Xingshu's burst, and I would swap the full set to 4-piece Emblem. Okay, let's look at your Barbara. I think you said your Barbara has a meme build on that you want me to see. Thrilling Tales, Maiden's Beloved. Okay, this is not too much of a meme. C1. Okay, I was expecting like Lucky Dog or like Traveling's Doctor. Okay, this is not really that much of a meme, I guess. Okay, let's move on to your Shang Ling. Level 90. Wait, is she not... Okay, artifacts are leveled. They have level 1 Dragon Band. I'm not sure why it's level 1, but C6. 477. Okay, so not the best stats there. I mean, at least you have 4-piece emblem. I'm assuming the substats are just not the best. Okay, another EM Sands. The only issue with this is that, what is your energy recharge? 148, you don't have enough energy recharge on your Xiangling. So it's like, the main thing with Xiangling is that like, you need enough energy recharge to maintain her burst. If you can't maintain her burst and burst on cooldown, you're gonna be losing a lot of damage on Xiangling, which is very, very important. So you don't have enough ER to actually maintain your burst, which is gonna hinder your overall damage. So I would preferably probably swap this to an ER Sands, unless you're running like the catch. I know your catch is on Raiden, right? Like I do know you have that on Raiden, but if you do get another ER weapon, I mean, you have Stargazer, it's not really the best. But I mean, you can use Favonius. You have Favonius. I do recommend you use this on Xiangling instead of Dragon's Bane, as this will help you maintain your burst, try to get ER Sands, and I know it's easier said than done. Other than that, I think the Xiangling build. Oh wait, I didn't look at your circlet. Okay, this is not good. I mean, I guess it's fine for now, and again, this is probably all you have. Okay, I think we'll stop at your Xiangling because you wanted me to look at all your level 90 characters in the meme Barber build. So let's go back to your character roster. So number one, you said you liked your Raiden and Eula. Raiden and Eula have really good synergy together, as Cryo and Electro apply superconduct, and Eula is a Fizz damage dealer. And not only that, Eula has an 80 energy burst cost, and Raiden can help funnel energy into Eula when she uses her burst. So these two mesh very well. Number two, I did go into this like slightly. You have channeled Vape Comp with Xiangling and Bennett and Kazuha. You have, do you have Morgana? I mean, you have Kazuha, you don't have Venti, but I guess you could run Kazuha technically. You can also run Ganyu Mult Comp too, right? So you have Ganyu, Bennett, Xiangling, and Kazuha. So you have a bunch of comps you can run in the Abyss, right? You have Raiden and Hypercurie comp too, so there's plenty of things you can run. All in all, it is up to you. What do you want to run? I can't force you to play a team comp. In terms of your other question, you did ask me what you should level up next and to prioritize. Artifacts and leveling up your talents. And not only that, again, take characters one by one. Like, what is the point of taking a character to 90, but their talent's level 1? Like, they're gonna do no damage. So do keep that in mind. Let me actually take a look at your Abyss. Okay, so you're 12-3 in the Abyss. Wait, what is this? Why? Okay, let me look at your Abyss here, and let's see how many stars you have in the Abyss. Okay, so in terms of stars, let's take a look. Okay, so that's not too bad, actually. So that's, what, 29 stars? So you're getting 450 out of the 600 Primo Gems. I think that's pretty good for the characters you have, especially, like, a good amount of them are, like, basically level 1 talents. I know I keep repeating this, but, like, I really need to emphasize, like, you need to level up your talents. They are extremely important. But yeah, this is going to be the end of the account review. Let me know what you guys think of this account. I think, again, it's overall very good. You have a decent roster. Just focus on farming artifacts and focus on prioritizing your talents, and I think you'll be able to 36-star the Abyss and you should be good to go. So thank you guys very much for watching. Leave a like, join the Discord if you do want to account review, and yeah, I'll see you guys all in the next one.
Told my brothers one day we gon' make it. We just gotta grind for that paycheck. Mama told me one day I'll be famous. Remember when she used to say she hate this? Back then they would laugh when I say shit. Now I'm inside all them people's playlists.